Hey guys, it's Duel here, back with another video. Today, I kind of wanted to talk about what is exciting about Diablo, like the current state of Diablo 4 as someone who's like a super casual. And then you might be thinking right off the bat, what is a super casual? So basically a super casual is somebody that is able to blast the game, probably make multiple characters to level 100, and follows all the build guides, follows all the main Diablo content creators, so they know a good enough amount about the game, and they're not just playing the game 1 hour a day after work, right? They've done every single piece of content. So anyway, without further ado, I kind of really just wanted to give the current state of Diablo and things to get excited about coming from a super casual. So the first thing I want to talk about is the new leveling system. Now, in the previous seasons, and as you know, up until now, it's always been going to level 100. So initially, when I first heard they were going to be making this change, where it's going to be level 60 being the max level instead of level 100, I was kind of off put a little bit because level 100 just felt like a good solid number, and I don't know, it just feels good. I got to 100. Now you're just getting to level 60, and I don't know. Super casual doesn't feel that great. Especially when you log into the PTR and you see all your old characters, they're not even max level. They're not even level 60. They're level 50. Like, what the heck? So initially, I think that was not good, or at least on paper, doesn't feel good. And I understand why they made that decision. If I had to guess, they looked at the analytics and said, "Oh, hey, look, like not even half the player base is hitting level 100. We need to fix this. So how can we get people playing the end game faster and getting into the better content? Basically, sustaining the longevity of the season and the play time of the players playing the game longer." And one of the number one ways to do that is lowering the level cap. So it makes sense, right? I get it. They're trying to cater to the casual people that, don't have a ton of time to play, that are not super casual, and are not able to blast the game and get to 60. So initially, as I said, I didn't really like this change, but now thinking about it more, I think it's exciting because it means that somebody like me who's able to, or at least currently, I'm able to blast the game, do all the content in the game, follow a build guide, become godly, and destroy everything in the game. I'm able to get to the end game faster. So to me, I think that's exciting. I like getting to the end game faster. I don't have to go through the capstones. I can just pretty much start off right away. Jumping into Helltide, jumping into Infernal Hordes, essentially, right? And doing Nightmare Dungeons and things of that nature. So yeah, so very excited about the leveling. Obviously they could tweak this in the future. Maybe they'll lower it to 50. Who knows? But as of now, it's going to be level 60 going season 6 onward. The next thing I wanted to talk about is runes and rune words. And so if you haven't noticed, I have a list here of things that I'm, just going to talk about. I don't really have this scripted, so I apologize in advance, but I kind of just going off what's up in the old noggin here. So the rune words I think are exciting. Now I did get to log into the PTR and give myself all of the runes, and first glance looking at them, and I think DM actually made a video about this. They're boring, and you can't really feel the impact of what they're doing for your character. Yeah, sure, the UI, they were very colorful and they're pretty and they look cool, but like outside of that, they don't do anything for your character other than more damage, more passive damage. So essentially, and again, DM said it best, they're just another Paragon glyph on a Paragon board. It doesn't really change, oh wow, I can teleport. Well, guess what? If you built a sorcerer, you already know what teleport is. You're not adding anything new to the game. You're just taking something that already exists and putting it on another character. Or I can use Warcry. What does Warcry do? Or I can reduce my cooldown, or I can do more damage, like the Petrify, doing more, I think it's crit strike damage, right? Like, these are things I've already done on the other characters. So just taking that, like, and let me state this correctly, the way that I'm thinking about it in my head. You can take that concept and make it really cool, right? Like the idea that I can take my Petrify and put it on my Barbarian and now I'm petrifying stuff, that's a good idea. But the thing is, like I just mentioned, you've already done that. So you need to make it where it's not just doing the same thing we've already seen. Well, okay, so good example of this right now. Let's say I put Petrify on my Sorcerer. Well, if you put Petrify on your Sorcerer, you could do X. Like maybe you get 6 Hydras now that automatically spawn sporadically every time you use Petrify. That would be cool. And then like vice versa of that on another character, if you're playing Barbarian and you use the Petrify skill, Well, you use the petrify skill, and now all of a sudden the sky starts raining axes, right? Like, make it different for each character. That is what people are looking for. At least I think so. They want something that, yes, it's cool. I can take these things and mix and match. That's what they want. They want to be able to just like take these little tiny pieces and make like a build. Wow, what's a build? I don't even know. So, yeah, I think that's what people are looking for. They're not just looking to take the existing skill and just move it here and now you can teleport. Whoop-de freaking do. I already knew this skill. This doesn't really, it's cool. I can run around on my barbarian and teleport, but it doesn't really change the way the game is played, if that makes sense. So I think that is something that they will definitely need to expand on. But I do think that, yes, maybe the baseline of the Runewords are boring. They are now in the game. This is a live service game, which means that they can expand upon them, which makes this really exciting. They can add more. They can do crazier things. And I watched a video on that Rax made, and he says this a lot, but that common theme is that Blizzard just doesn't take any risks. It's like they're scared to do something uber crazy. Now, we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Maybe they're having issues with development, they're at crunch times, staffing, who the heck knows. That's not our problem, right? I mean, it's easy to just say that, but that's the reality of the truth. It's not our problem. They're not going to tell us that, but they need to fix that because PoE 2s are coming. And if PoE 2 blows out of the water, they are definitely going to see the longevity of their player base just go, if this being the high point, this is the low point, right? So they need to come up, like, this is the best they can do. They need to up it. Really do. Like, we're on good track. We got some good momentum going. Infernal Hordes was great. And again, when they did the same thing with Infernal Hordes, they were undertuned. They weren't very exciting. There weren't very many mobs. And now that they've got PTR feedback, and obviously this is what the PTR is for, but still, like, are you playing your game? Are you getting to 100? Are you doing all of the top tier content in the game? It doesn't feel like that you are, you know. And I'm not trying to complain here. This is supposed to be me getting excited, right? It's more of a rant, I guess, but they need to actually do this stuff and grind and play it and blast it. Somebody on their team needs to blast. Like, hire me. I'll blast it. Pay me. You can pay me to blast your content, and I can give you the feedback. I'm not a pro, but I can, I've done all the content. Super casual here, right? I can provide that for you, Blizzard. Anyways, moving on. Yes, the baseline of runes, they currently suck. And but the future is that they can expand on that and make it more exciting. So that's good. That's exciting. The Season 6 theme. So I really just want to start off the bat by saying that I think this is going to be the Season of Power. And by that, what I mean is, like, we're going to have runes. Granted, they're not that exciting, like I mentioned. But they still give you power. So you get that. We got new Paragon boards. We've got updated Paragon glyphs. And they can hit 100, become legendary. That's more power. And then now we're going to be able to, I don't know if you saw in my previous video, I talked about them basically leaking the Season 6 theme where it's going to seem like we're going to be dealing with Mephisto's Ichor and, going into the realm worlds and fighting potentially angels and demons. So, again, we don't even know what the power for that is. They're supposed to announce it soon, but we just don't know. I'm sure they'll announce it within the coming weeks, right? Because season 6 is ramping up real soon here. So, my point is that it's very exciting to see another season where we actually get some powers, because the previous two seasons, Season 5, Season 4, we have not seen powers. We've not seen anything. It's just go kill mobs in Helltide and go turn it in, and then you get a cache, which the cache is usually dog shit. But it is what it is, right? So it's exciting to see that. So yeah, Season of Power, runes, Season 6, powers, Paragon leveling system. We're going to feel really strong this season. I think it's exciting. I don't know about you, but I like feeling strong when I'm playing Diablo. I like feeling good. I like demolishing the game. I like destroying the top tier content that I can, within reason. And I just think that feels really good. So that, to me, that's exciting. I want more of that. Give us more of that, Diablo. Thank you. The next I want to talk about is them adding new skills to the game. So right off the bat, in the campfire chat, they announced, I believe, Druid, Rogue, Sorcerer, and Barb all got a new skill. And it's really weird, right? They do this thing where they demo it, but then they demo, like, just the base skill. And it's like, well, this isn't how the skill is going to be used in the end game. Like, if you're looking at builders like Rob or Woody Joe, they're not going to just be using that base skill. So it looks very boring. But then when you Um, when you have your build ready, you have all your gear, your max level, you have all your paragon, all these things, then the skill looks crazy, right? And you can play as a barbarian with Rob and do literally infinite damage, infinity damage. Like he did the damage so high, it was infinite. So I just think that, it's exciting that they're adding new skills, but maybe they need to like demo the end game portion a little better so they can give us a little bit more idea. Like, well, this is what it's gonna actually look like versus me just a barbarian doing this. You get the idea, right? Same with rogues. Rogue is looking really strong this season. Spin to win. Maybe I'll make another video about some of the builds that are potentially coming by the build creators. But the fact is, that, the rogue is just sitting here spinning, right? They're just spinning, and it doesn't look good on paper. But you can theory craft and you can build and you can make something amazing. So the point is, I'm trying to get to is that them adding skills is very good. Um, However, I would like to see them expanding on the current skills. Maybe, and I know that they don't want to make the skill tree super complex, but give the people more variety of what they can do with these skills instead of running the same skills every single season. Make it interesting. And maybe that's what runes should be for, right? Is make the skills just do transformative things, do crazy things to make it fun and make it wild. Like go wild, Blizzard. Blah, just do it. Just do it. That's what we want. That's what the players want. They want that when I pick up a piece of a rune word, right, or I combine my rune words together, I need to be doing something crazy. Like, oh my god, I just had 5 dragons spawn. Like, obviously, I'm exaggerating because I have these runes now. Like, this is a game changer. I'm like level 40. Now I can use this to get to the end game and blast and get to level 60 really quick. You know what I mean? But yeah, the point is, I'm sorry, I'm going off on tangents. I did not script this, but the point is that they're adding new skills to the game. I think that's very good. That's very exciting. Hopefully, this will be a continued thing where they keep adding new skills and hopefully expanding on the existing skills that are in the game to make the game just have more variety, more flavor. Like, ice cream has a ton of different flavors. Give us more flavors, Blizzard. That's what we want. And last but not least, we've got the new class, the Spiritborn. So one thing that I personally am excited about is I'm glad that they did not add the Spiritborn to the PTR. Now you might be thinking, man, what if it's a buggy mess? Well, it is what it is at this point. But it's nice to know that like even like all the content creators that went to I think it was Seattle where they got to test out the Spiritborn, and I think they only got to go to level 30. So they didn't get to fully, flesh out the Spiritborn, all its skills, max it out with best gear, right? Best in slot gear, and do some crazy stuff. And so that means that everybody on Season 6 launch is going to have to play the Spiritborn for the first time, max it to max level, figure out what the best build is. And to me, there's something exciting about that, right? Imagine if you're going into a movie theater for the first time and you never watched any trailers, nobody told you anything about it. You just went in, you watched the movie, and you're like, damn, that was a good movie. I had no idea what was going to happen. That's not the current climate with movies, and it's the same climate that's with Diablo. It's just an issue with having social media and having information at our fingertips. Is that you can put a video out on YouTube, you can put it out on Twitter, you can put it out on any sort of social media platform, and the information is just there for you to consume. And so, why do I think this is bad? Well, it's not necessarily that it's a bad thing. More information is good, but it's just refreshing to know that not every single content creator already maxed out the Spiritborn, already has all their theory crafting done, and that's going to be GG. No, Blizzard didn't do that. And which is kudos. I have to give them some kudos here because they easily could have been like, hey, pay us an extra $30 and we'll give you early access to the Spiritborn. No, they did not do that. They didn't do that in any sort, in any capacity for the expansion whatsoever. So for that, I got to give them some kudos for that. So anyway, there's a lot of things to be excited about. The new leveling system, the runes, the Season 6 theme, or I like to call it the Season of Power, and then the new skills, which they've added and hopefully can expand on existing skills, and then the new class. So, in reality, I think the state of Diablo is in a good spot as a whole, and the trajectory that they're trying to go in is very good, but is it fast enough and good enough? Probably not. They need to do better. This is a AAA company, right? Like, I'm not trying to shit on them, but like PoE 2's coming. Grim Dawn's gonna have an expansion in 2025. Last Epoch is still around, and they're still adding stuff to the game, and it's active development. So you're not alone, Diablo. If you're not careful and you don't start innovating real soon, you could lose majority of your player base. I'm not gonna say Diablo 4 is gonna die if they don't, but and maybe they've made their money. Who cares? Maybe they'll move on. Like, doesn't matter, right? They've got their money. So what's the hold up here? Take some risks, Blizzard. Make us not only feel strong, display it on the screen. I don't want to get into the runes example again, but you understand the idea. Make it impactful in a way that when I'm doing something, when I pick up a glyph or pick up a rune, doesn't matter, I level up, I get a skill, I get an item, I feel that strength. Oh man, I just did a giant swing on my barbarian now because I got these runes. So anyway, I don't want to, go off into a tangent about that again, but anyway, that is going to wrap it up for the state of Diablo 4 coming from a super casual. Let me know in the comments what you think about it and what sort of changes that you'd like to see them add to the game. But anyways, that's going to do it for me. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.